Chapter 2. Scene 1. Naomi's childhood. Naomi, a brilliant, almost 5-year-old girl with an inquisitive mind and a profound, abiding love for her mother, was sleeping soundly, her mind drifting through an array of soft thoughts and images of yellow flowers, butterflies with multicolored wings, and crawling fuzzy creatures, and always with her mother nearby. She had never had a nightmare, not even an uncomfortable dream. It was the booming, cracking sound of the front door that woke Naomi. Her head jerked up. She sprung into a sitting position. Pulling her blankets up with her, Naomi lurched back against the headboard. Confusion was followed by fear, which was followed by a yell, "Mommy!" Disparate voices bellowed over each other. Thundering shouts filled the house. Naomi needed her mother right now. She ran to her bedroom door, desperately crying, "Mommy, Mommy." She flung it open. 4 armed men were rushing toward the kitchen, yelling, "Get down on the floor! Get down on the floor! On your stomach! Now! Now! Don't move!" Naomi heard her mother scream, "That hurts. Good. Put your hands behind your back." "Ow!" Naomi's mother shrieked. "Dr. Lydia Mendonça, you're under arrest for the violation of the Fetal Protection Act, Article 3, Section 218. Naomi rushed toward the kitchen. A woman with thick, powerful arms scooped her up and wrapped her arm tightly around Naomi's waist. It hurt. All Naomi could see was light gray carrying her with her head forward and down and her feet dangling. Naomi twisted and looked up. The face Naomi saw was wide, with deeply wrinkled eyebrows separating the wide-spaced eyes. The woman was more fright than human. Naomi screamed, "Mommy! Mommy! Mommy!" Her mother shouted, "Don't hurt her. Don't hurt my daughter. Don't you worry about that. She'll be taken care of, but don't expect to see her again. I can't believe you people. Don't you know that life is sacred? I didn't hurt anyone. Right? You were just consulting in secret. We have laws to protect the unborn." The middle-aged stranger, dressed in light gray dress with her belt pulled tight at her waist, walked past the kitchen, forcefully holding a kicking, screaming Naomi around the waist. With Naomi flailing, the women stepped over the shattered door and onto the front yard. Smiling, the woman walked up to another gray-suited lady. "Sylvia, she's a lively one. Watch out for her feet. She's got a mean kick. Just put her down, gently, Letitia." "I'm not sure that's possible." As soon as Naomi's feet hit the ground, she turned, taking 2 quick steps. Letitia grabbed her arm and yanked her back, holding her arm so that only 1 foot was touching the ground. Naomi screamed in pain and grabbed her shoulder with her free hand. "Letitia, don't hurt her. She's just a child." "Yeah, a wild child." Letitia let go of Naomi's arm. Naomi collapsed, sitting, crying and muttering, "Mommy." "Calm down, Naomi. My name is Sylvia. No one is going to hurt you anymore." Sylvia glared at Letitia, who, unconcerned, walked away. "Naomi, you have done nothing wrong." Sylvia's voice was gravelly but soft. Naomi shouted, "They're hurting my mommy. She's going to be okay, I promise. Please come with me. I'll take you to see her in a little while. But you're a stranger. I shouldn't go with you. I'll tell what I'll do. As soon as we get you settled, I'll call so you can talk to your mother. Would that be okay?" Softly crying, she said, "Okay." Sylvia escorted Naomi to a gray SUV. Behind them, her mother was being pushed toward a black SUV. Scene 2. Awakening and Terror. Naomi had been awakened, not with a kiss and a hug. She had been assaulted with terror that promised a future of traumatic scars. Naomi's normal day had been destroyed and turned into unrelenting terror. Usually, her mother would have awakened her to get ready to take her to her early start kindergarten. Housed in a small red brick building at the far edge of Lord's Bounty, the governing hub of a cluster of small towns centered 50 miles from the borders of Indiana and Michigan in the Holy Bastion Territory, a self-contained evangelical Christian stronghold in Ohio. It was a 30-minute drive, but for people beyond the outskirts of the city, it was normal. The collection of protective towns were still living as if the 3rd millennium was 30 years away, and they wanted it to stay that way, if not move even further back in the 1950s, their goal. For visitors, stepping into Lord's Bounty and the other towns distinctly felt like being thrust back to the time of landlines, manual typewriters, manual calculators, and black chalkboards. The citizens of Lord's Bounty and neighboring towns had settled in an era with which they were comfortable. They had fought to be there. They deemed themselves blessed by the Lord. Scene 3. Drink this. Sitting in the back seat holding Naomi's hand the entire time, Sylvia was driven to a large house next to a small church. They entered, and Naomi was taken to a room with 3 beds. Naomi sat on the closest bed. When a chubby woman entered the room with a glass of water, Sylvia left. The lady handed Naomi the glass. "Please drink this." Naomi took a sip, screwed up her face, and put the glass down. "You need to drink all of it. It tastes awful." The woman took the glass and returned a minute later. "Try now." Naomi took a sip. "Is that better?" "Yes." Naomi emptied the glass. In a few seconds, Naomi's eyes closed halfway. The woman turned to her, and Naomi settled into a sleeping position. Scene 4. Taken. With a gentle shake, Naomi's eyes fluttered open. It should have been her mother's face. It wasn't. It was Sylvia. "Where's my mommy?" "You can't see her yet, but in a little while, you can talk to her on the phone." Sylvia escorted Naomi to the phone, pressed a button, and uttered a series of numbers and letters. On the other end of the call was a gravelly-voiced woman. "This is Sylvia Wharton. I need to talk to Dr. Lydia Mendonça." "Just a moment." The wait was a few minutes. "Sylvia Wharton, you are now connected to Lydia Mendonça. Mrs. Mendonça, your daughter wants to talk to you." Sylvia handed Naomi the phone. Naomi took the phone in both hands. "Mommy." "Yes, sweetheart." "Mommy, what's happening? Why did they take you away?" "They need to talk to me about something. But they were so mean. I don't like them. I want to go home. Take me home, please. It's scary here." "I know, but we can't do that yet. I don't like this place. I don't like these people. I want to be with you." "I know, sweetheart, we can't right now. We have to wait." For Naomi's sake, Lydia cried silently. "This isn't fair." "I know, but we have to wait. We have to be patient." Sylvia took hold of the phone. "No," Naomi shouted. Sylvia said kindly, "Let me talk to your mother." Naomi let go of the phone. Sylvia pulled the phone out of Naomi's hands. "Dr. Mendonça, could you calm Naomi down? I won't hurt her, I promise." Sylvia held the phone to Naomi's ear. "Say your goodbyes to your mother. Sweetheart, you can trust Sylvia. She's going to take care of you until I can see you. Okay?" "Okay. Why did they take you?" "I'll tell you that later when I see you." "Mommy, I'm scared." "I know, sweetheart, but everything is okay. Just do what Sylvia says, and I'll see you later." "Okay. I love you, sweet one." Sylvia took the phone from Naomi's ear. Sylvia said, "Get dressed, Naomi. Let's get you something to eat. When can I see my mommy?" "I'm working on it. It won't be long." Working on it and won't be long have no meaning to a 4-year-old. Time is always now. Scene 5. Visiting mother. Again, a slight shake of Naomi's shoulder woke her. "Naomi, there are clothes on the chair. You need to get dressed. We're going to see your mother." Naomi dressed in an ankle-length pink dress with yellow flowers circling the neck. The dress was old but clean. She put on the pair of worn brown shoes, which were sitting under the chair. Gently taking Naomi's hand, Sylvia walked to the gray SUV. With Naomi fidgeting and squirming, they were driven to see her mother. The ride took 30 minutes. Sylvia talked pleasantly to Naomi. Naomi remained silent, her eyes focused straight ahead, her thumb running up and down her fingers. The SUV pulled into a space in front of a large gray building. Sylvia helped Naomi out of the car. Naomi's eyes were filled with a wide, tall gray building with no windows and 2 massive black doors with a large white cross in the middle of each door. Above the doors, carved into the gray cinder blocks in Gothic-style text, was "Be Redeemed." Above that, also in Gothic style, was carved the Lord's Bounty Rehabilitation Center. Sylvia took Naomi's hand and took a step toward the door. Naomi resisted. "Naomi, you need to come with me if you want to see your mother." Why is my mother in this ugly place? She'll explain it to you. Does she have to stay here? She'll tell you about that. Sylvia and Naomi walked up to the doors. Naomi started to shake. I don't like this place. It looks mean. You'll be taken to your mother, so that will be nice, right? You don't want to miss seeing her. Sylvia opened the phone box next to the doors, took out a handset with a long cord. She heard a buzz, then a voice. Please stand in the white circle. Sylvia looked down, saw the circle, and still holding the handset, she stepped into the circle along with Naomi. I have Naomi Mendonça with me. She's here to see her mother, Dr. Lydia Mendonça. Mrs. Mendonça is no longer a doctor. She's simply an inmate now. My name is Paula Kraus. That was quick. I know. The new Fetal Protection Act took effect on Monday. The courts do not waste time anymore with a long, drawn-out trial. Justice is quick now. It's now 3 people appointed by the local council. It takes at most an hour, often less. Flippantly, she added, and then off they go. With the new law, the accused had to testify. There didn't have to be a witness, just a credible accusation. Since there was no death penalty any longer, there was always time to reverse a ruling. Appeals were rarely granted, and only in the most egregious cases upheld. Now, no guilty people will go free. Do a sin and go to prison, knocking them down like bowling pins. Strike. Ignoring the unsympathetic comment, Sylvia responded, Anyway, Naomi Mendonça is here to see her mother. She's a little scared, so be careful. She's a sweet little girl. Less than a minute later, the doors opened, revealing an entrapment cage of meshed iron. Naomi shook more. The doors closed behind them with a bang. Naomi jerked. It's going to be okay, Naomi. It really is, Sylvia said. A chubby matron, dressed in a neatly pressed ankle-length pure white dress, walked to the cage door. This is a pretty one, beautiful long blonde hair and big green eyes. She won't be here long, Paula commented. Naomi's confusion produced a deep frown. She won't be here long? I'll be going home with my mommy, right? Sylvia responded, Yeah, she's strikingly beautiful. Be careful, she'll steal your heart. The matron opened the door and, with a pleasant smile, said, Naomi, my name is Paula Kraus, and I'm going to take you to see your mother. That will be nice, won't it? Naomi could not find the words. 2 strangers, a large, sad, gray building and an iron cage, did not bring the word nice to her mind. It only brought trepidation. None of this was right. All of this was wrong and scary. Naomi's hand was transferred from Sylvia's to Paula's. Naomi nervously walked with her to a nearby office. Naomi's picture was taken. Her fingerprints were taken. Her footprints were taken. They exited the room through a thick metal black door into a long hallway. As Naomi walked with her hand in Paula's, her head fearfully twisted side to side. Glass-walled rooms on both sides of the hallway exposed their interiors. Some rooms had people strapped to chairs with electrodes attached to their shaved heads and their spine against the back of a chair, which had wires going through the back of the chair onto a panel. In other rooms, slideshows and films with the themes of crimes of violence and nonviolence played repeatedly. They numbly watched a series of vivid pictures or videos of abortions. Regardless of the subject, periodically the people would jerk slightly. Naomi saw only women. Naomi was terrified. Paula made no attempt to shield her from those visions. Near the end of the hallway, Naomi, distressed, mumbled, "Oh, Mommy." "What did you say, dear?" She didn't answer. At the end of the first hallway, they turned right into a long hallway with shiny black doors, 15 on each side and 5 feet apart. At the bottom of each door was a space with a 15-inch wide drawer. 3/4 up the door was a sliding panel. A left turn into another hallway led to small rooms with glass doors. They walked past several doors. Paula stopped and turned toward a door. The second Naomi looked through the glass door, she shouted, "Mommy." She shook Paula's hand away and rushed to the door. Naomi could see her mother's mouth move, but heard nothing. Lydia rushed to the door and put her hands on it. Naomi put her forehead where Lydia's hands were. Paula put her hand on Naomi's shoulder and pulled. "No, don't take me away. Naomi, I'm not taking you away, but you need to back away from the door so I can open it. When the door opened, they grabbed each other and held fast. Lydia cried. Naomi cried. Paula had to fight back the tears. You have 20 minutes to visit, and then Naomi must go. That's all. Those are the rules. For 20 minutes they hugged and cried, and Lydia repeatedly told Naomi everything would be okay, even though she knew it wouldn't. Naomi, shaking with fear and dread, repeatedly said she wanted to go home. She wanted to know why the people were doing this to them. Lydia could not give her the answer. A buzzer sounded. It's time to go, Paula sadly said. Please, at least a half hour. Lydia begged. I can't. We're being watched. They'll know how long we've been here, and they will subtract the time from next time, and I'll be in trouble, bad trouble. Lydia tearfully said, Naomi, you have to go, but always remember I love you. Lydia kissed Naomi's forehead. Paula walked back out of the door, holding Naomi's hand. The door closed. Naomi slipped out of Paul's grip and ran back to the door. Paula grabbed Naomi's wrist and pulled. Naomi sobbed. Mommy, mommy, mommy. Paula said, Naomi, we have to go now or your mommy will get in trouble. If you create too much trouble, they may not let you come again. With tears streaming down Naomi's cheeks and her tiny hand reaching as if to grab her mother, a misty-eyed Paula pulled Naomi down the hall. Halfway down, Paula scooped her up, carrying her all the way to the cage. In the entrapment cage stood Sylvia, disheartened by the sight. Paula set Naomi down in front of the cage door. Naomi immediately turned to run. Paula grabbed her. I want my mommy, Naomi shouted. An attendant rushed from the office and assisted Paula. The gatekeeper released the latch with a press of a button. The attendant pulled open the gate. Paula set Naomi down. The attendant closed the gate when Paula was barely out of the cage. Sylvia wrapped her arms around Naomi. Naomi went limp in her arms. She whispered, Naomi, the words for the best just wouldn't come out. Paula stood outside the cage, fighting the urge to argue to get another half hour. Sylvia carried the limp Naomi to the car and strapped her in.